Too cold. T002. Okay, let's continue from here on and start learning the things, especially that React thing that I had to go through. So far I've been using React functional components, and this time I will try to use React class component, and let's see. I just create a mini application using that, but yeah, I already have a template of that, so I just want to make sure that it does work, and that is it. That's gonna be main focus going to be on, that is it. But for that thing, why is this not working? Okay, I had better start it now. Stop it and quit this one. As for this one, show it here. I have restarted, and this is started. As for the here, show it, reload it. Why am I unable to connect? Oh, 1 to 6 should be working. Seriously, the configuration is not working at all. 192.168.129. Oh, that is the auto config set. Okay, reload the page right now, and it should be working now. I may have to stop it and then start it again. Reload it and fine. Let it connect it again. It is almost connected. Let's continue from here on. It will be on okay, very soon. Close this, and from here I have to go to React. Just wanna initialize the React project, and after that wanna create a component. Just a pretty simple thing, because so far, what the hell is this so bad? React, learn React. Okay, how can I install it? I think I'll have to remember the command. Like I'll have to use my own brain to use it over here. That was it. Like npx create wait at the latest. I think this is the one. Let's see. If I'm not wrong, this is the command, but I'd like to check it. npx create with latest. Yeah, I think this is the one. And as for the network connectivity, this is getting bit better slowly. So it turns out that I have no other option except waiting for the right one, but never mind. Yes, and I think this is the right command. npx create with at the latest. Gonna take some time. It's gonna be in the current directory actually. I'm gonna be using React. I'm gonna be using TypeScript, and that's it now. Install, yes, and done. So this thing is done right now. What is the next thing that I actually have to focus on? The next thing is this, that I have to create a class component, I have to create a functional component, and I have to render both the components. As simple as that. So class component and that, and again code is going to be called than just using it. So that should be enough for me. And by the way, inside source I have my app.tsx here, and inside this I'll get rid of everything. RAFCE is gonna be like this. By the way, remaining things are getting downloaded. One more thing I can do over here, that inside source I will be having something called components, and inside this particular folder I will create two things. First one is gonna be class component, so in capital letters, class components, class component.tsx. This is the first one. Another one is gonna be functional component. So let's see, functional component.tsx, just like this. CE done, and similarly over here RAFCE done. And I think things haven't been downloaded yet, that is why I'm getting these errors, but not a problem. Let's start working on this one. So the first one is the class component that I have over here. and inside this particular component I will actually have to create a class. So let's do it just like this. So first of all I have to import React from React for sure. On mobile, what is the speed right now, or is it even less on mobile? It's to 31 70 Mbps 130. So yeah, on mobile it is good enough. I mean, I should not be facing the issue because of the network and all, but I am facing that. The fact is this, whether I should be facing that or not, that's not even the case. Whether it gets better or it gets worse, I can't really do anything. I'll have to just continue from here on. Let's even do it directly without any further delay. So first thing is that I have to create a class because I'm gonna be working with the class component. So class, and that's gonna be class component. Class component is actually the name. So component extends what it's gonna be extending. It will extend a component. So component, and that will be coming from the React. So I can say React dot component. It will be extending this one. After that I will be exporting this class from here. So I can say export default, and again the copy pasting is happening. The only reason I'm doing it for, because I want to understand how this overall thing works. So that's what gonna be main focus on. Class component just from here, and just after that I will have my constructor. So I have my constructor inside this. This constructor simply takes some values, and it will call super method over here just for the parent child parent, and this dot state I can even define my state over here, and that's fine. And this is gonna be like this. Count value is gonna be 0. What is the problem here? The problem is that it's still being installed. Okay, come on, the internet speed is really bad. Never mind, things are getting installed, so not can't really do anything except waiting for that. One more thing, this dot increase, this is gonna be a method, and this dot increase and dot bind, and it will be binding this. Just wanted to check whether it works or not, but the thing is that the internet speed, that's problematic here. By the way, I will be creating as increase function, CREACE increase function, and this will simply be increasing. So this dot set state, and that's gonna be like count, and this dot state dot count plus 1, just like this. And just after that I'm gonna be re-rendering the thing. So render, and it's gonna be like this. Again, altogether a different way to just integrate some things and all. Div I have inside this, and inside this I have h1. H1 is gonna be this dot state dot there should be state actually. So state dot count, and button, and if I click on this button, so this dot increase should be called. Overall things have been written, but the thing is that I can only check it once I have the things installed. So let's run the things again, and not even run that, just simply npm install everything, and check this thing out. This downloading things takes time. I don't know what can I do with this particular network. It is 0 kbps, then it just simply keeps increasing and decreasing automatically. Never mind. Don't even think it's going to be installed very soon. Alrighty, by the way, this particular thing will be checked as soon as it is installed. I will start working on this. Unfortunately, I'm facing this issue right now. By the way, this is the one. Maybe I once ran it too. So React.compiler this dot is page. It will just simply do this job simply, and then I have this functional component. I'm using both of them. Then a basic version of this. Okay, this is not something I need to have in my notes. By the way, this can actually be done like this as well. So yeah, I get it. And let's get rid of this particular thing. name and value are gonna be coming from the target, right? Easy. So just after this, I have import f name email, and then I'm just entering the values over here. Name is also required in here. Export line this and const user is gonna be what, full name, id and username, name set context previous value dot previous value, then the name in this is fine. This is the benefit of having worked with lots of projects, same projects. That means the overall structure seems to be familiar. Then this previous items, on change, on click, add item. Let's even get rid of this particular part from here. Then to do items, handle click, it's just simply gonna add them. By the way, with the props and these methods I've worked quite a lot, so don't really have any problem with the understanding stuff and all. Let's close this. This thing is done. Then what is this? Executed on click, yeah, and executed on render. If you directly pass that, so that will be executed on render, that is for sure. So props dot on check the props dot id. That's right. Don't really need to worry about this as well. And the set items are gonna be here. To do delete. So ultimately to do app is gonna be created here. Again, doesn't matter which kind of to do application that is. After all, that is a to do application. To do item, props on checked props. So on click, on checked. This prop I'm actually getting, and I must be exporting that from somewhere. That's fine. To item. That was just actually nothing. Get rid of this. You should include the following latest packages in the package.json file: icon, material, emotion, react, and style ones. Okay. Create area.jsx, import icon, new, and this. Okay, the thing is that I'm yet to learn about material UI. Let's see. I'll try to just let it as soon as possible. As for this one, the data speed is still bad, and that simply means that the files, the modules that were being, okay, they've been imported, right? What is the next thing can I do over here? Component. I think that's gonna be in capital letters. Component, just like this. Super will be used here. What is the problem with this? Do I need to provide something inside this? Just like this, super. This dot state, first of all. This dot state dot count. I can do one thing. This is the code that I actually have. Why not copy and paste it all over there? Control C and Control X and P. Turns out that I'm still facing this issue, mainly because of TypeScript, but that's not a problematic thing. I can just simply run it, or I think I should be able to run. So npm run dev, and that's gonna be running on this particular code. That's fine. And this app is there right now. What I want, the next thing that I actually want from here, from this, that I should be able to use this class component over here. So that's gonna be something like class component just here, and now I should be able to check out the result. So it will be increasing, and there can be a minus button that will be simply decreasing. So this is how overall things work over here. Just pretty much simple thing in here. This is the state where I have defined it, and after that using this particular thing I'm able to increase and decrease it. Fine. Again, material UI, I will be learning more about it, and then Web3 comes from here. So ultimately this is the thing that we have already gone through. Ultimately React related stuff, we have gone through it enough, so now we don't really need to worry about it. And then what was the next thing that I learned? Having said that, I haven't really started my timer. That's not really a big deal. I will continue to study continuously for half an hour, and after that I will switch. So Web3 is done, React is done. Authentication. How does the authentication work here? First of all, let's collapse this. Web authentication from beginning to the end, that's fine. Level 6, level 5, level, I don't even need these levels. I don't even know why I mentioned these things. Home login secrets, get rid of it. Level 1 authentication, email and password. Okay, this is app.post register. I will get the username and password. And db.query, again I'm using SQL over here if I'm not wrong. So db.query, select everything from users where email is gonna be $1, and this is gonna be the particular email. This is really needed. This is how only we go ahead. And when it comes to this, then I will check whether the check result.rows.length is greater than 0 or not. If it not greater than 0, that means email already exists, and try log in. If it is greater than 0, that simply means email already exists. And if it is not, then in that case I will be creating that. So I'm gonna be inserting the values inside this and done, and this particular things gets done from here. So first of all, I got the register route ready, and then after that I have this login route. I will be checking whether the user exists and all. If it does, then I will be rendering it to the particular EGS file, and otherwise I will be simply saying that incorrect password and all. Interesting. Okay, so this is the first step. Level 2 authentication, encryption and hashing. You can actually hash your password, that's fine. The process of converting information or data into a code, especially if you went unauthorized. By the way, you can use encryption over here. So password plus p cipher method is gonna be cipher text. Okay, then key cipher method is cipher text. This something like this. You can even decrypt that, that's fine. I can delete it at least from here. And then hashing. Okay, so there is a difference between encryption and hashing. In the hashing you can hash that, but you cannot get the text back. In encryption you can encrypt that and you can decrypt that. It's just like that. What is the difference between these two? Let's get rid of this. And the description, hashing, multiply 13 by 29, that's gonna be 377. What are the factors of 377? Then 1, so 13 and 29. So it's not able to get that. Okay, great. I can even get rid of this. Hashing. Alrighty, description, hashing. After hashing, what I'm saying that I have my login password, I'm hashing that, then after hashing that I'm actually saving it. It's simple, and this is mainly used for matching and all, so that's fine. Then hacking passwords. Is hashing enough? How passwords are typically hacked? I've been pawned. This is a website where you can just simply check whether you've been ever pawned or not. That's great. And username. Okay, this is the username. This is how things can be matched though. So ultimately they will be matching the hash passwords, and if it does match that, then you can be pawned and all. Having said that, if your password is strong enough, then you won't even need to worry about it. So let's simply even delete this particular thing from here, not needed. This particular thing needs to be removed. Let's make a hash table, words from dictionary, null numbers, and then these many things. And then salting comes in the role, like salting takes the role, and that's it. 20 plus salting, then this particular hash gets created. That's fine. Salting, then it's gonna be even harder to just decode that. After that, these hashes seconds, 17,000 decrypt hashes seconds. Salt rounds. Why do I have these many things? I have no idea. But yeah, ultimately number of salts simply makes it even harder to decode and all. Then there is something called decrypt.js that is mainly used for checking, first of all encrypting that, and after that, once that is actually encrypted, then first of all what am I doing over here? Email, password, check result, check auth, password hashing, bgrep.hash password salt rounds and error, then this, and if it succeeds, then I will actually be just inserting the data and all over here. And once this thing is done, that's it. And the same way I will be comparing the things. So using bgrep I will be comparing, and that's it. This thing is also done. After that I have sessions and cookies, how to use session and cookies, and also warning if you continue to watching you may start fail. Okay, I was crazy when I was learning actually. Don't know how many things I mentioned here. They don't make any sense here. Sessions. Just a sec. Cookies are passed, that is for sure. When it comes to sessions, log in and log out for this many time period, this much period you can just be logged in. Then I have something called password, simple almost. Choose your authentication for Node.js. Okay, passport is going to be over here, and from here actually some good stuff comes. So if I actually have a look at this, exactly what's happening over here, so it is actually starts from here. I'm getting session from express session, I'm getting passport, and I'm getting passport local, because of course I will be using local email and password. And after that app.use session is gonna be what? Session is gonna be secret, is gonna be this, receive is gonna be false, save and initialize, and all these things. This initialization and PG in client. Once this thing is done, then okay, ultimately I had better just simply go through it properly, and this is not quite the right time to just simply go through it. So overall things are done over here, and I actually need to just use it in my daily life to, in order to be used to using passport, but yes. Let's go through the documentation and see how the things have been mentioned there. I hope there is a good documentation of it. So view all strategies. Okay. So what do I want to use over here? Passport local. So first of all I need to install that. Great. Passport local. Once that is installed, after that passport use is gonna be new local strategy, username, password done, user find / login passport or authenticate local failure login with this. Okay, this is what is used in the login section, especially in this particular section. Passport use, I get my username and password and done. And if the username and password exist, I'm just simply gonna be saving them. Well, it is not really structured, so can't really do anything right now. As for going through this thing, I'll be going through it someday. Right now it is not quite needed or important, so I will be simply skipping it, but later in the future I will come back and just simply have a look at this. But overall, even if I just simply have a look at my notes, so what am I doing? First of all, from here it actually starts, and the first thing that I actually do that is getting the session, getting the passport, and getting the strategy, right? This is it. And once I got that, so first of all, this is the thing that I'm doing. App.use, I'm using my session, and inside the session I'm providing the configuration. So secret, receive, save, initialized, and cookie. So what is gonna be the max age of the cookie that I actually provide over here? Again, it does not mean that I got everything clearly, even if I went through all these things to go through them again. Then passport.initialize, you have to initialize the passport. Once the passport is initialized, you have to again start using the session, ultimately provide the session to the passport. once this thing gets done, then that's it. You don't really need to worry about it. First of all, you need to register, and while registering, I'm not even doing anything. Secrets request is authenticated. You can check whether the user is authenticated or not. And when it comes to register, so you can just simply use this to register over here. Ultimately, you are getting the email and password. If user does not exist, in that case you will be just simply registering the user using this method. So first of all, we decrypt the hash. You are again hashing the password. Once the password is hashed, at that time you are just simply saying that request just a sec, I hashed the password over here, then db query, I'm just simply returning from here. Ultimately what I did, I actually saved the data in the database. Once the data actually got saved in the database, just after that I'm simply saying that request.login is gonna be user. I will be giving it the user and the error. So it's like you don't really need to do anything. You have to just log in, and for logging you have to just give it the username, and you are done with that. As soon as it got the username, it just simply does everything on its own. Oh hi, I got someone's message here, just a sec. I can keep it here. Keep going bro, thank you, means a lot. I can just open another tab, like I can open a tab on my laptop now. Wanted to learn about Postgres, kind of learned it long time ago, 2 years ago or something. Not 2 years, 1.5 years I can definitely say. Most of the things I forgot. So just wanted to just go through it. So maybe I will be creating something using Postgres to sorry, not Postgres, this is Passport. So I will be using Passport for creating this stuff, but overall things are same. First of all, check whether the user exists in the database or not. If the user does not exist, simply save the user in the database first of all, and then for logging purpose, just give the there is a method that you get, request.login, give the user, and you are done. It automatically authenticates the user and all, and that's it. Nothing else you need to worry about it. And for logging, there is a method passport.authenticate. This can actually be used over there, and that is it. This is the strategy that is used, by the way. So whenever you just give it the username and all, so whenever you give it the username, ultimately user information, it then checks whether the things that you have given, that is right or not. So new strategy, verify username, I need to go through it, but overall I have the idea exactly how it works, but it does not mean that I know it well. So I definitely need to go through it. By the way, this passport.use is automatically called as soon as I start I save the data in the database, and when I save the data in the database, if I'm not wrong, so result db.query, it gets the username and password from there, and that's what I was doing over here. Where is the register user? Over here. I just simply saved the data in the database, just right here. As soon as I saved the data password and all, and then over here I started logging, right? And this user contains everything, but it does not contain request, I mean username and password. So where am I getting this username and password from? I don't even have like comments over here, never mind. It simply checks whether the user exists or not, and if it does exist, in that case it is doing that. Where to select everything from user, where this thing is this, okay. Result.proofs.length, if the user actually exists, in that case stored password is gonna be user.password, that's fine. And decrypt compare, it simply compares, and once it has compared, it will tell whether the user is logged in or not. So it is mainly used for whenever you authenticate the user, it automatically gets called. And ultimately this username and password, this is actually coming from the client side for logging purpose. So whenever you log in, this particular hook automatically runs. I hope this is called a hook. It automatically runs, sorry, middleware. So this middleware automatically runs, and you get the username with password, user gets authenticated, and that is why whenever you try to log in, you just need to call this method over here. Where is that login method? This one. So you just need to call passport.authenticate local, and success redirects to secrets, and failure redirects to login, and your username and password will automatically come in this particular middleware, and then you will be authenticated whether you are logged in or not, and that's it, you are done. Serialization and deserialization, they are important, kind of for serializing your data, and when you log in, your data gets serialized, and whenever you need that for authentication purpose and all, that gets deserialized and you get the data. Okay, by the way, overall I have the idea, but again I have to make a project in order to be really good at it. So it's all about how many projects you are building in order to be good at a technology. Just knowledge is not enough. Environment variables, that's fine. App.sessions, don't put secrets inside your repo, that's fine. I should not be putting it. Yeah, well, not really worried about this actually. Environment variables, import and passport. First of all, these are the environment variables, then decrypt, fine. Excuse me, just suffering a bit. Passport strategy session, environment variable, express initializing, and environment.config. Is this coming from where? Environment from .env, so I can make it .env directly. Come on, this does not look good even. .env, let's make it .env. Initializing it, once initialized, this is the session that I'm using, that's fine. Once that is done, then client is being initialized over here, so that I'm actually able to talk to the database and all, and it is connected. Once it is connected, then first of all I'm checking whether the user is authenticated or not to visit that particular page. While logging, I'm just simply logging, and whenever I get username and password over here, so this particular not this, rather this particular middleware automatically runs and gets the things done. And whenever I'm registering, so I can just first of all check whether the user already exists or not. If the user already exists, I don't need to do anything. If the user does not exist, then I have to just simply save the database. So after hashing the data over here, I'm saving that user in the database, and once the user is actually saved, then if that is already done, like you don't really need to do anything. But if you want that after signing up, login should automatically be done, so you can actually call request.login method over here. You will just give the user to this particular login method, and that's it. You will be logged in and you will be redirected to that secret page. Again, it will be fun, like in a very soon, maybe within a week or something, I will be using post passport in one of my projects, because I need to do it. There's no way back. I mean, if I don't do it, I won't learn it. Simple. Then level 3 authentication, OAuth. Yeah, OAuth, I know about it but I know it in better auth, and I know it in post next auth. Using passport, I have no idea how it works, and also I gotta take care of it. Gotta work on many projects actually, but never mind. Facebook, login with Facebook and all. But it is pretty simple. Like what happens over here, whenever you work with OAuth, open authorization and all, so you use some kind of methods, and using those methods, you send the request to the Google or any OAuth provider, and from there you just simply get the cookies and all. That's it. You get the user information. The user information gets saved in your database. You get cookies that also get saved in your database and all. And this is how the things work. I mean, again, this is just overall idea of that. By the way, I can just simply delete it from here. What happens over here, you send a request from base to Facebook, and Facebook sends you the data. That's it. It gives you the information and all. That's what I was saying to Facebook. Done. By the way, I don't need to worry about it. Digital responsibilities, big tech credentials, and you. Yeah, simple. Big tech provides you provide you the credentials and all. You just simply use that. You don't have to worry about that. Hacked. Facebook, fine. Why auth? Come on, yeah. Granular access levels, read, write plus read, write plus revoke access, fine. What is this? Apps, websites, Epic Games, remove access. What does this mean? Apps and websites. Remove Epic Games. Ultimately, you can remove that particular app. So suppose you have given the access of your Google account, then you can remove that too if needed. That's fine. Not worried about this. Set up your app. So redirect authentication. What am I doing over here? Dashboard and okay. Set up your app. Fine. Redirect to authenticate. User logs in. Yeah. User grants permission. Yeah. Receives authorization code. Yeah. Exchange auth code for access token. Facebook access token. And then admit one auth access token. That's it. Turns out again, overall knowledge is not enough. I need to work on these things separately in a actually real application. So not a problem, I will be working on that secret application. Right now the main focus is to just simply go through my notes and delete the extra information that is there, like extra stuff. Secrets application, completing the app allow users to submit. Secret application, this is just the application, right? Let's see what am I doing over here. Updated get secrets route. Yeah, this is just the code, and it's big, and then it gets over. Alright, let's have a look at this code. Exactly what am I doing here? If I am able to understand, that means I'm quite at a good level, and soon I can just simply start using this thing and all. So first of all, express body person PG bcrypt fine, passport strategy, Google strategy. Wow. I just hope that I will not have to rewatch the videos that I watched 1.5 years ago. A session expression in envy, and I will not have to do that anyway. I can just understand. URL encoded. First of all, I'm initializing that. After that, I'm setting the session as well. Just after that, I got my DB connected, and after that, I'm logging in. I'm registering, but I'm doing actually nothing over here. For logout, I have a request.logout function, and update get secrets route. So over here, first of all, I will check whether the user is authenticated or not. If the user is actually authenticated, then I will let it just get the data. Otherwise, I will simply redirect it to the login page. What's wrong with the network? I think it is fine. It should not be problematic, but let's see what's gonna happen. Then there is something called app.get auth Google auth, passport authenticate Google. Scope is gonna be profile and email. I think this is what I will be getting. App.get auth Google secrets, passport authenticate Google, redirect this. Turns out I will have to watch the videos. I'll actually have to make some projects using this. I can do one thing. I can, even on YouTube, I can find some projects that are actually built on top of passport. So I can remake that project in order to be good at this. Slash login, authenticate local secrets and all, and register. While registering, I'm just getting this thing done. Submit. While submitting, I'm getting this thing done. That's fine. And okay, that's fine. Today create a post route for submit, handle submitted data into the database. This automatically runs whenever I log in, so that's fine. App.use Google, this runs whenever I log in with Google, and then things get things happen this way, and this is how it gets done. Having said that, yeah, this is also one of the things that actually exist in tech field, but it does not mean that I know that well. That simply means that I have to learn it properly. So authentication, and then there is something called capstone project, book notes, and then what is just above, Postgres SQL and Postgres. This is how it simply goes on. So many extra things are there, not really a big problem. I think I can find some video on YouTube. Just a sec, let me find that. I hope today it's gonna be loaded. This is crazy. What is the internet speed right now? I mean, it is around it seems to be normal, but okay, let's see. Passport passport auth project. Node.js with passport authentication full project. I do need to work on a project like that. Full stack two-factor authentication using passport and all. The thing is that passport's documentation is not that much well structured. Passport Google auth. Otherwise I would have gone through that as well. I don't know, maybe for me it is not well structured. It could be well structured for others. Okay, so whatever, first of all I need to install it. After that, nothing else. Seriously, have a look at this. Passport Google auth and sponsorship MIT. How am I gonna be using this? Let's click on home. passport authenticate, view all strategies. Okay, features. It's taking time to reload the things and all. That's fine, can't really do it. 500 authenticate. Okay, these are the features that is actually provided, strategy sponsor. So yeah, the thing is that I can find one thing, how to use a passport blog. If I find any blog or good documentation, I would rather want to go through that instead of watching a video on YouTube. Passport Node.js authentication tutorial for beginners. Node.js with passport authentication simplified. Interesting. What is for this? Let's have a look at this. Okay, I think this should be something I should start working on. The authentication part using passport. Okay, what all have they mentioned over here? Using npm understanding async programming your first code HTTP database request technologies to use over here. Okay, accept it. Yeah, accept it. Can't I do that today? How to deploy Node.js debugging authentication passport, this article. Okay, so first of all, why passport, what is Redis demo application which needs authentication app, this. Okay, setting up the express application, this is how it's going to be set. It would be great to learn about all these things. I mean, this is the good one. So instead of going through the video, I will, what the hell, it's over. Not expected. They just simply mentioned this thing like authentication part over here, that's it. Okay, getting started with Node.js. What is this all about? Hello creator, how are you? So these are the things. It simply starts from here and they start working on with the Node.js and all. Just simply install the things, LTS, console.log. I mean they're covering everything on Node.js or what? Don't know. Just after this, continue with our next Node.js tutorial. Okay, not a problem. I can go through anything, and this needs to be done. That is for sure. And not only that, maybe on this particular ID I bought that. Let's go through it. I have many Udemy IDs. I don't even know like on which particular ID I bought which course. This is crazy. Even some of the IDs are logged out, so there are some courses on those IDs as well. Like in whichever ID I found the offer, I bought the course on that particular ID. It was just like that. But never mind. Let's see. I hope I have that Angela Ma'am's course on this particular ID. Arey yaar, what is happening? Sign up. Come on, I should be able to log in today. Why is my internet speed is that bad? I mean, it is really bad. Even the websites are unable to load properly. The next thing that I will actually be focusing on is going to be the not better auth. I have to work on that next auth first of all, and then I will start working on the better auth. Okay, just after this. But first of all, let's log in and check whether I have that or not. For somebody's sake, come on, load. Which ID? I think this is the one. Let me do one thing. Why am I facing this network issue? This should actually be fine. Alrighty. But it is not working fine. It actually started. continue. It turns out that I have to remove this. Let me do one thing. I just hope I have something here.